The southeastern part of Uttar Pradesh is a hilly tract of land. The Vindhya ranges extend into this area. Covered mostly by sal forests and inhabited by Gond tribes, the area is poor and underdeveloped. In a valley between the hills flows the river Son. Some years ago, a ferry was the only means of crossing the river. Tiresome and time-consuming as it was, there was no other means of communication. A dusty Kutcha road led up from the southern bank of the river. It was indeed rough going. The winding road took one to a gorge through which flowed the river Rihand, a tributary of the Son. A mere trickle in summer, the Rihand became a terror during the monsoon, and the people on its banks learned to respect its fury. Something had to be done. The area had to be developed. Naturally, the supply of cheap electric power occupied a key place in all plans of development. And so the Rihand project was born. The narrow gorge through which the Rihand passes is an ideal spot for building a dam. But just to look at the gorge is not enough. A detailed survey of the area has to be made. The year 1955. A party of surveyors arrives in the valley. A camp comes up in the heart of the jungle. The theodolite is an indispensable tool for the surveyor to study the terrain. The data collected is transferred onto maps and charts. The lie of the land is now known, but the nature of the rock on the surface has to be studied. Even more important is the nature of the rocks below the surface, for on this will depend the design of the dam. The drills bring up sample rods of the rock, which are sent on to laboratories for detailed examination. Then the designers get to work. The dam will be a solid gravity concrete structure, 306 feet high. It will form a lake 180 square miles in area, an ideal stretch of water which would also be used to increase fish production in the state. Now the stage of surveying is over. The actual work of construction begins. Rocks are blasted and excavations made for the foundation. Soon the isolated jungle becomes a beehive of activity. The project provides employment to thousands of workers who pour into the area. Along with manpower comes machine power, bulldozers, mechanical drills, and many other types of equipment. Roads are laid. Meanwhile, new villages are built to settle the people who would be uprooted when the reservoir submerges the area. The government gives them every help to settle down in the new surroundings. An enormous quantity of granite is needed to build the dam. Thanks to the rocky hills, all the stone is available in quarries nearby. Big blocks of stone are first crushed in mechanical crushers. Conveyor belts take the crushed stone to sieves where the different sizes are sorted. The most modern and automatic machinery is used in all the construction work. The method used for preparing cement concrete is modern too. The stone is cooled in a refrigeration plant which can produce about 1 million kilograms of ice per day, enough to meet the needs of a large city. Cooling prevents cracks in the dam due to variations in temperature. The concrete is prepared in a batching plant where the stone is mixed with cement and water in predetermined proportions. A meter gauge railway system carries the cement concrete to the site of the dam. Buckets moving along a cableway take the concrete to the exact spot where it is needed. Each bucket carries about 16,000 kilograms of cement concrete. Building the concrete dam is of course the main job, but there are hundreds of other jobs to be done. Carpenters, welders, and a host of other artisans work on the project. Problems which come up during construction have to be discussed and solutions found. The progress made has to be reviewed. At every stage, engineers supervise the work. The Test and Research Division of the project ensures the quality and strength of the materials used. A new chemical, Rehund AEA, is developed which when mixed with concrete saves cement by 5%. It replaces and improves upon an imported chemical, thus saving foreign exchange. Along with concreting work on the dam, work on the penstock pipes is also taken up. These pipes, embedded in the dam, will carry water into the turbines which will generate electricity. As much as 300,000 kilowatts of power will be generated here. This power will turn the wheels of many industries, bringing prosperity to the people and bring precious water to the parched land. After generating power, the water will help irrigate hundreds of thousands of acres of land in Bihar. There is no respite. Work goes on by day and by night. Side by side, the job of installing the machinery for the powerhouse goes on. Complicated electrical equipment is installed. Careful checks have to be made at every step. Transmission towers sprout to carry power from Rehund to wherever it is needed. The year is 1961. What was a plan on paper is now transformed into reality. Today, if you visit the area, you will see a fine asphalt road which will take you to an imposing structure, the Rehund Dam, a symbol of the determination of the people not to be left behind in the march towards prosperity.